Poor Things by Yorgos Lanthimos is wholly about truth. What is truth? Where does it come from? These are questions that are brought up constantly throughout the film. Now, before I go into my thematic review, I will let you know that this will be a spoiler-free review. I will try my best to make sure that it maintains as little information as possible outside of the promotional material and general synopsis. Speaking of the synopsis, let me give you a brief rundown as to what the movie is about. Emma Stone, playing Bella, is brought newly into this world by her father, played by Willem Dafoe, his character being named Godwin. The film's plot entirely revolves around Bella's journey throughout life, her experiences as she is trapped in this seemingly permanent childlike state. Now, I think it is no coincidence that Willem Dafoe's character is named Godwin, emphasis on God. His relationship with Emma Stone is very blatantly parallel to the relationship of people and God, our relationship with religion. The film emphasizes this by showing the almost grooming type of relationship that occurs between Godwin and Bella. The information that he primes her with is false. It is a distorted view of the world that doesn't truly prepare her for it. This ties back into the film's relationship with what is truth. We are given this distorted reality where truth is almost irrelevant. Ducks are meant to look like goats, pigs are meant to look like chickens, and horseless carriages are meant to look like they have horses. The real truth of this world is what we are made to believe it is. And as such, Bella's relationship with truth and reality is highly distorted. The film makes a point to show how our relationship with God and with the structures that surround us in society are filled with lies. I can't help but think of John Carpenter's They Live when it comes to many of the scenes in this movie. And I also can't help but think of Pinocchio when it comes to the scenes where Bella is wandering throughout the streets and exploring the world for the first time. It almost made me think of this film as if it is a perverted Pinocchio retelling, where Godwin is the Geppetto and Bella the Pinocchio. Godwin is the god of his reality, the father of Pinocchio, molding him in his image. And much like Godwin, Geppetto is made to be this sexless being. Perhaps that is the reason behind his need for creation. Pinocchio's molding by Geppetto is what indoctrinates him into this stunted, childlike state, and the same is what befalls Bella. It's what allows her to be manipulated by adults without even understanding her own manipulation. This then creates the conundrum of the film. If we are groomed by religion or upbringing, how are we to combat that? What do we have to allow us to escape our own misunderstandings, our own molding? Well, the film presents a couple of different outlooks on the situation. Though Bella is cursed with this childlike mentality, she manages to use that outlook to create an inventive outlook on life, one that many people throughout the story seem to default to acceptance, to willingness to give into the system that surrounds them, and to complete nihilistic self-destruction. The conclusion that the film draws is one that you'll have to watch the film to find out. But what I will say about it is that it reminds me a lot of Peter Greenaway's The Cook, the Thief, his wife, and her lover. A solution that draws upon female enlightenment and female empowerment. And an often necessary step in that process is a female conquering of the patriarchy that confines them. An enlightenment that can only be gained forcefully. Going back to They Live, I'll let Slavoj Žižek explain it best.
We, in a way, enjoy our ideology. To step out of ideology, it hurts. It's a painful experience. You must force yourself to do it.
And this sort of enlightenment through acknowledgement of artifice is exactly the reason why I think artifice is so important to filmmaking. Peter Greenaway says,
"There is no such thing as a frame in nature, so we're already creating something which is boldly artificial. I would argue that artificiality of cinema is what makes it so exciting."
And I agree. I feel like reality is so drenched with artifice that film's acknowledgement of its own artifice can help one better understand the artifices that surround them in reality. And boy, does this film ever have artifice. Whether it be through its lavish camera angles, anamorphic lenses, circular aspect ratios, or Jean-Pierre Jeunet set design, this film brings the artifice to the forefront in order to open our eyes better to the falsehoods that surround us in reality, to the falsehoods that are implemented in the patriarchy. If you like other Yorgos Lanthimos films, like Dogtooth, then this should be a treat, as I find it very thematically similar. I really enjoyed this film, and I hope you give it a watch. And if you have already seen it, I hope this video was useful in deepening your understanding or appreciation for the film. I can already tell, without hearing other criticism of the film, that there will likely be similar criticism to this film as Triangle of Sadness faced. Some might go as far to say it is too obvious in its messages. After all, it does directly talk about systems of thought such as capitalism and socialism, but to distill it down by saying that the film is talking about those subject matters completely misses how the film is talking about those subject matters, and also misses some of the brilliant comedy throughout, such as how the film plays with the idea that upper-class, flourishy language is often only a step removed from the language used by a child. This is a great film to be sure, and I hope that it gets the recognition that I believe that it deserves. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. This has been Sessions on Cinema, and thank you for watching.